As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, a powerful new alliance of nations is challenging the global order. Brics, a coalition of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is gaining influence on the world stage, and the US is watching closely. In this video, we'll break down exactly why the rise of Brics has US concerned in 5 key chapters. Here are the key chapters that strongly explain why the US is concerned about the rise of Brics and the shift towards a multipolar world. Chapter 1. Economic Power Shift. Brics is not just a group of nations, it's a collective force in the global economy. Together, these 5 countries represent 40% of the world's population and nearly a quarter of global GDP. But what really has the US on edge is their potential for growth. China and India alone are projected to be the world's top 2 economies in the coming decades. In fact, some estimates suggest that by 2030, Brics could collectively account for over 50% of global economic growth. This economic power could allow Brics to reshape global trade, finance, and development in ways that challenge the dominance of Western institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. The creation of the Brics New Development Bank is a step in that direction, offering an alternative to the US-led financial system. Chapter 2. The Challenge to the US Dollar. For decades, the US dollar has been the backbone of global trade and finance. But Brics is pushing for change. The group has openly discussed reducing their reliance on the US dollar, a process known as de-dollarization. This shift could have far-reaching consequences. China, the world's second-largest economy, has already started conducting some of its international trade in yuan instead of dollars. If Brics countries collectively move away from the dollar, it could weaken the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency, undermining the US's ability to control global financial markets and increasing economic instability at home. Chapter 3. Political and Geopolitical Rivalries. Beyond economics, Brics also poses a geopolitical challenge to the United States. Some of its key members, particularly China and Russia, have aspirations that often conflict with American interests. As Brics grows, it could form a powerful bloc capable of opposing US influence on issues ranging from global trade to military security. Take China, for example. As it pushes to expand its Belt and Road Initiative across Asia and Africa, it's not just building infrastructure. It's also extending its influence in key regions where the United States has traditionally held sway. Russia, too, has used its Brics membership to strengthen its geopolitical alliances amidst tensions with the West. Chapter 4. Towards a Multipolar World. The rise of Brics isn't just about challenging US economic and political dominance. It represents a broader shift towards a multipolar world, where power is shared more equally among various nations, rather than being concentrated in the hands of one global superpower. Brics has positioned itself as a counterbalance to the Western-dominated world order, and its vision appeals to many countries in the global South. Developing nations, feeling marginalized by Western institutions, see Brics as a platform that offers more inclusive global governance and more equitable economic opportunities. This shift is something the United States is watching carefully. A multipolar world would mean less control for the US in shaping global policy, more competition for influence, and potentially, a reordering of alliances around the world. Chapter 5. The future of US foreign policy. So, what does all this mean for the future of US foreign policy? The United States is well aware that Brics is not just an economic alliance, it's a political and strategic force that could reshape the global landscape. As Brics grows stronger, the US faces difficult decisions. Will the United States seek to counterbalance Brics by strengthening its own alliances, like NATO or the G7? Or will it attempt to engage with Brics diplomatically, finding common ground on issues like climate change, global security, and trade? One thing is clear: the rise of Brics will be one of the defining factors shaping global politics in the coming decades.